Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my Facebook Live today. And I'm just going to give a moment for everybody to get here. I'm hoping everything goes well today and that everybody's able to hear me. Be sure that you say hello when you come on. And I'm just going to give it a moment here let me see, that everybody gets here. Sometimes it takes a bit. Well, it's partly cloudy here in Arkansas this morning. We'll just talk about the weather for a little bit. Kind of kill some time. So like I said, be sure that when you come on that you say hello in the comments so that I'll know that you're here and I can say hello to you. And it'd be fun if you let everybody know where we're coming in from. Like I'm in Arkansas, and I know this reaches out to a lot of other people everywhere. So let me go ahead and get started. Let me turn my camera around and show my table instead of showing my face. Okay, today is Wednesday, March 20th, 2024. And my name is Debbie Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. And I want to welcome you here today. Be sure that you like and share the video when you're watching it so that your friends and family are able to maybe come join us next time if they miss us today. And if you're watching it on YouTube later today, hit that subscribe button down below and also click that little bell and you'll be notified when I put a new video up. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, my name is Debbie Foster and I'm creating cards with Debbie. It's the name of my Facebook page. And you can shop with me at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. I think you can see that. So if your order is more than $150, use this host code for March. There's a dog hair there, which is TU9DARMV. And that's if your order is under $150. If it's over $150, don't use that code because you'll get Stampin' rewards for yourself to use. All right, so let's go through a little bit of paperwork before we get started, and that'll give time for everybody to get here. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, surprised me. Good morning. We're just getting started. I want to tell you about Paper Pumpkin. And let me bring the banner up for that. It's right here where you can sign up. And the April Paper Pumpkin is called the Delicate Wings. And Stampin' Up! Has been doing 3 months at a time each quarter. They're showing us a little sneak peek of what we're going to expect in our Paper Pumpkins. So we've got April, May, and June, which is June is not showing. It's kind of a surprise, I guess. They're not letting us know what that is. And then it also has some add-on dies that you can purchase. And it says Thanks and Beyond Dies add-on, available only while supplies last. So it's got the shadow thanks and then the inside thanks letters. And it's got like a little, it's got a hexagon die. And then a butterfly, which has got the outer edge of the butterfly and then the inside of the butterfly, which is more detailed. And I think it's usually like $12. I didn't check the price on it, but I'm thinking it's about $12 to add that on. But you have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to get those. So April is Delicate Wings. And here's a bigger picture of it. It shows it better. Oops, I'm going to drop all my papers here. It's called Delicate Wings, and you got until April 10th to sign up for this one. And it says partial pop-ups and elegant foil designs. So it's kind of a sneak peek it's showing us there. Here's a larger picture of the dies where you can see it, where it's showing that we're going to use the butterflies for April and then the hexagon die for May. And then June is using the thanks. So looking forward to that. But the April kit says that it says send elegant words of encouragement and support to those you love. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, with 9 coordinating envelopes, pre-cut paper pieces and butterfly designs, champagne foil images, sentiments, and labels. Coordinating colors are Lost Lagoon, Moody Mauve, Basic Beige. We're getting a sneak peek of one of our new colors that's coming out in the next catalog, Basic Beige. Huh. And then it'll also go with Basic Gray and a classic Stampin' Spot, which is the basic gray with that one, Basic Black, and Champagne Foil. All right. And don't forget our online exclusives still going on. And it's every quarter that they add new products. And I've got a big old packet of pages here. These are all online exclusives. And so be sure that when you go into my store that you look for the online exclusives, and there's lots of good stuff in there, and they're always adding new things. And sad to say, but our annual catalog and our mini January to April 2024 catalogs are both retiring the end of April. So I'll be sending out the last chance list and retiring items here shortly. So if you're on my email list, you'll be getting those already. I think I sent them out yesterday. And let me get back to showing my banner. Oops, I want this one instead. All right. So like I said, these are retiring April 30th. So if there's anything in there that you're wanting, you need to get your order in because it's while supplies last. And we've been kind of told that we're going to have a price increase on some things too. So if you're needing to get any supplies right now, would be a good time before the price goes up the 1st of May. Just a little FYI there. And let me bring up my comments again here. Sharon, can you hear me okay? All right. And today we're going to be working on the suite that is the Latte Love bundle. And let me bring up my paper chart here. And also our paper, Designer Series paper, which is a little latte 12 by 12 paper. And these are both the online exclusives. So go into my store and click on online exclusives and you can find those there. But I'm really enjoying using this one here. So for anybody that likes coffee, this is good. Or it could be used for tea or any beverage that you drink out of a cup. It doesn't have to be coffee. All right, so let's go ahead and get our things here and get started. And I'm also going to use the So Sincere stamp set, which is also another online exclusive. So we're using some of the sentiments out of this. So let's set those aside and decide which one I want to start with. We've got 2 fun folds today, which is not my normal. I only usually do just one usually. But I think we'll start with this one. Throw that aside. And this one isn't a fun fold, so it's just a regular. We'll save the fun folds for last. So this one says, hello there, let's catch up. And on the inside, it says, just love spending time with you. So let's go ahead and get started on that one. I'm going to bring my instructions out here. Make sure I get the right one. It's a fun fold. There we go. Yeah. They're all the same, so I'm trying to figure out which is the right. All right. Well, I'm thinking it's this one. We're going to go ahead and get started, and we'll wing it along if I'm wrong. Okay, we're going to start out with our card base, which is Early Espresso, and it is 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. And I'm going to get my bone folder, and we're going to burnish that edge really good. Let's set that there. Set our card base aside, and get all our pieces here. Our designer series paper is using this one with the coffee beans, and it's got this on the other side. I like that side too. And this measures, all right, we do have the wrong one. Okay, it's, well, yes, this is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And then I've got another Early Espresso mat, which is, well, I'm confused by my instruction. Let's measure this. This is 3 1/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And that's going to be our mat. And then I've got another designer series paper, which is the swirly, looks like coffee. And that is 3 inches by 4 inches. Let me make sure. Yeah, 3 by 4. Yep. So we're going to attach that to our mat here. Well, let's glue this down to our card base first. I'm going to use my Tombow glue. And this is another one of those things that's going to be having a price increase starting in the May catalog. So you might want to go ahead and stock up now while the price is lower. I need to do that myself. I hadn't done it yet. All right, we're going to place that down centered on our card base. So now let's got it off to the one side too much. Let's scooch that over a little bit. And look at my fingers make me get a better grip. It's kind of gross, huh? Ugh. Well, it is what it is. All right, we're going to take this layer of designer series paper. We're going to add that to our base, our mat, Early Espresso mat. And that's going to be centered also. And yeah, it's not quite centered, but it's close enough. All right, we're going to set that over there for now. And I'm going to do some stamping. I've got some scraps here of our white, and I'm going to bring in my little cup here, and we're going to use our black memento ink. And what I've done is I've gotten one of those, the white Stampin' pad, which you add the white ink to, but I've added the black memento ink refill to it instead. And it's right here. And it gives me a better surface than stamping surface than what the memento regular stamp pad does. So I got that trick off of somebody, another demonstrator that I was watching. So I tried it and I like it. So it gives a better surface to stamp on, I think, to ink up. All right, we're going to hold that down there, and I'm going to close this. Well, I've got some more stamping to do yet. So there's our cup. And then I'm going to bring this over here, and I'm going to stamp our sentiment, which is hello there. And I've already got these on my blocks already. And ink that up, and we're just going to stamp that because we're going to fussy cut that out. So And now we can close up our ink pad. And close up our glue. I'm going to let that sit there for a moment. I'm going to bring in my Lost Lagoon stamping blends. And I'm going to start out with the dark Lost Lagoon. And we're going to do some shading. I'm just going to scribble along the lines that it's already got here for me. And I'm not drawing a very straight line on these, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. And turn that so I can get up here. And I'm going to do the rim of the cup on that back side with the dark Lost Lagoon. All right. So how's everybody doing today? And now we're going to do the light Lost Lagoon. And I'm just going to color in my cup. My bracelet's making noise here. And I'm not going to color the center part because we're going to stamp our coffee there. Let me get this done first. And to our handle. And I usually use the bullet end of my Stampin' blends, but I'm using the brush tip this time. Trying to stay within the lines. All right. And now we're going to bring in our little coffee stamp, which is, I don't know if you can see it real well. And we're going to use pecan pie to stamp that with. So we'll ink that up. And it does have kind of more of a curve at one side. So you kind of got to play with it to get it in the right position that you want. All right, and I'm going to come back in with my blends and I'm going to fill in around that too. That coffee's not standing in midair. So we're using the light. And I'm using the bullet end on this one. Just because I want to make sure I don't go into my coffee. All right. Okay. So, thinking what I can get out of my way here. All right, so there's our cup. And I'm going to bring in my mini embossing machine. And we're going to die cut this out. And get my dies over here. We're going to do kind of a laid back live today because I've got some things I've got to do online that I didn't do ahead of time. So hope nobody's in a big hurry. And if you are, you can catch the replay and catch what you might have missed. Okay, let's open this girl up. Oops, it's kind of noisy. Okay, so there we go. Run that through. Hopefully I'm not shaking the camera too much. I'm hoping my lighting is okay today. My lamp that I usually use for my lives, it went kapooey on me. So I had to have Jack get me a new one, so I'm not sure if I like this lamp or not. We'll see how it works out. All right, put our die over there. So here's our cup. It's cut out. And also from the paper, I fussy cut this cup out. And let me show you which paper that is. I'll find it real quick here. I have to order more paper here because I'm running low on it already. I've been using quite a bit of it. So it's this paper right here, and this is the back side. It's got little cups all over it, cups and spoons. But I fussy cut this cup out. Just they're easy to cut out by themselves. And we're going to be using that one. You could use any of these if you wanted to. But I chose this one to use. And I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut the sentiment out while we're doing this. And I'm just going to go around my letters. No particular way, just leaving a white border around them. Or if you had a die, you could use a die to cut them out if you wanted something special. But I just wanted the fussy cut look. There it is. Very easy. All right. And then this ribbon is also in that suite. It is called Natural Polka Dot Trim. And it's not real good for tying bows. It's kind of like a, not burlap, but it's real thick kind of, and not real pliable. So we're going to use that. We're going to go across the bottom of our mat. And I'm just going to bring some Scotch tape over here to attach that to the back. And get those tore off ahead of time. Trying to use my bad arm, and it's not cooperating with me very well here. There we go. So I'll stick that on my desk for a moment until I'm ready for it. And I'm going to put this along the lower portion. So I'm just going to bring that back around and stick it down with some Scotch tape on the back side. And maybe my scissors back here to cut off some of that. And get that straight. You know how much of a challenge that is for me. And I'll take that one down to hold it in place. And of course it's not straight. Well, even the ribbon kind of curves. You might want to play with it a little bit. All right, so now I'm ready to attach that to the front of our card. And you could put that up on dimensionals if you wanted to. I think I'm going to because this ribbon is pretty thick. So let me grab my dimensionals over here. And I take your pick tool. And we'll place one in each corner, and then I think I'm going to put one in the center to hold it also so it doesn't sag on me. We don't want sagging cards. Okay, make sure my card's opening the right direction. Yep. Now we're going to place that down in the center of our card front. And let me see, is that straight? I think it's fairly straight. It's the ribbon that's throwing me off a little bit there. All right, now we're going to take our coffee cups. And I'm going to just lay that one there. And where did my other one go? There it is. And this one right there. So I'm not going to put those up on dimensionals because I've already got enough layers going on here. And I'm going to hang it over just a bit. It's quiet today. Usually Jack is out there mowing every time I'm doing a live, but he isn't today. I guess the ground's too wet. All right, now we're going to take our sentiment and we're going to place that on the top right-hand corner. And I want to take another piece of our ribbon here, and I'm going to tie that over our other ribbon. So it looks like a bow, but it's not. It's a faux bow. And probably should have left a little bit more on there to make it easier to tie here. You know, you're on camera, you're all thumbs. Well, come here, little guy. And then I don't have much strength in my right arm either, so that's not helping me any. Come here. I think I'm going to do a longer one. Quit struggling with that one. We'll leave it on the spool. And bring that back around. All right, I'm going to slide that where I want it to be. And now we'll cut that off. You might want to twist your ribbon around so that the dots are showing right. Because there's only dots on the one side. And I need to snip this off just a little bit. Okay. And to finish that up, we're going to add some bling to that. Do I have one open? Yeah. And these are in that same suite. They're adhesive swirl dots. And you kind of see there's darker ones and lighter ones and then real light ones. And I'm going to take 3 of those. Oops. I think I messed up my camera. Did I? No, it still looks good. I thought I bumped it. I'm going to go with the middle ones here. And, well, that one fell. I guess it wants to go there. Come here. I guess I need more putty on my... Take your pick tool. It's not picking up. There we go. And I'm going to put one there. And another one. Maybe right there. I always do odd numbers. I usually do 3s. All right, so we got the front of our card done. Now let's work on the inside. And I got some fuzz off my trim there. And we've got a basic weight that is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I've got 2 strips of the Designer Series paper, which is a 1/2 inch each by 5 1/4 inches. But I'm going to stamp our sentiment first. In case I mess it up, I can turn it over. And what did I put on the inside? Okay. Get my arm out of the way. I'm using the sentiment out of that So Sincere stamp set. I'm using the love, just love spending time with you. And yeah, Sharon, we do need to do lunch or something one day. At least my physical therapy, I'm down to just 1 day a week. So it frees up some of my week. It wasn't quite so hectic. So maybe we can get together maybe next week or something. And we take JoJo tomorrow morning early to the vet. She's going to get spayed. We don't want to deal with puppies, so it's time to do that. right, so we're going to take our strips here and we're going to attach those to the sides. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of both of these. And attach that to the side. I'm just leaving a tiny edge along that left side. And then we're going to put this one right up against that. And add that to the side of it. And I was going to butt that right up against the other one. And I always leave them a little bit longer, so I need to come back in here and turn it over and snip off that excess. And now we can put that on the inside of our card. And we're going to put that in here, make sure I've got it going in the right direction. I don't put it upside down. I have been known to do that. All right. Whoops, it jumped out of my hand. Okay, hello there. Let's catch up. That's a good card for us today. And just love spending time with you. All right, so that's our first card. And let me bring out our second card, which is a fun fold. And I'm debating which one I want to do first. Oops. I think I'm going to go with this one first. And this was a mystery card that we did for our team meeting this month. So I thought, well, I'm going to do this one for my live. So this is what it is. It says, hello there, let's catch up. And that's using the same sentiment and the same one on the inside. I might change that one out to a different sentiment. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to change up my designer series paper on this a little bit. So let's see what you think of it. Don't drop things. I don't want to crawl underneath my desk. So let me just dump everything out here. A lot of little pieces in here. I hope I don't lose any. Okay, I think I got them all out of there. All right, I'm just going to scooch these pieces over out of the way for now. We're going to be using those in a little bit, but not now. All right, so our card base is, again, is the early espresso. And okay, make sure I'm looking at the right directions again. All right, so it's 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. And something doesn't look right here. Let me measure here real quick. Okay, so we're going to score at 1 1/2 inches and again at 5 1/2 inches. And I've already done the scoring already. So we're going to fold the center one first and burnish that. And then we're going to fold this one and burnish that. This is a 1 1/2 inch. Oh, now you got my curiosity going, Sharon. Yeah, it's been a long time. All right, so this flap is going to be folded back this way. I need to redo that. I folded it the wrong way. And it's like this here. You can see that. All right. And now we're going to have another mat here. This is our early espresso. And I didn't measure that. It's 4 1/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And then our designer series paper is 4 inches by 4 inches. So 4 1/4 and 4 by 4. So we're going to attach those to our early espresso mats. And place that down centered. And then we're going to set that aside for a moment. We have 2 designer series papers, which are 2 by 4. And where's my other one? Here it is, 2 by 4. We're using this pattern, which it has this on the back side. And that's going to go onto our border right there, and the other one over here. So let's go ahead and glue those down. And leave a small border on the 3 sides, the top and the left side and the bottom. And we're going to do the same with this one on the right side, which is on the back side of our card, or the inside of our card, I should say. Well, I must be getting down to the bottom of my glue bottle here. I've got to do a little shaking. And I'm going to open that and place that down. Okay, and now we're going to attach this to the front of that little flap. But I don't want to put glue on the whole thing because it'll glue it shut. We're just going to put glue on our little flap here. Well, come on, glue. There we go. A little shake here. And I'm just going to hold that down, and I'm going to center this on the front of our card. And kind of have the same amount of DSP showing on each side. I've got a little bit too much on that side. You could use tear and tape, but then you wouldn't have time to move it around if you needed to. So that's why I like to use the liquid glue. Gives me time to wiggle it if I need to. And there, we've got that. Okay, so here's what your card should look like. Got a little bit of piece sticking out right there. Can I see it on camera? There we are. Bring that down a little bit more. So there's that so far. And I already die cut some cups out already. And it's got cups that have the handles going opposite directions on the dies. Let me show you those. Here's all the dies that comes with it. See, we've got 2 little cups that have the handles on opposite sides, and our coffee pot and our French press and spoon and all sorts of cute little things that come along with this. So I've already die cut those out of our designer series paper, and I added the little center. These here are the little centers for the little coffee cups. It cuts out 2, so you don't have to run it through twice. You just do it one time. You got for 2 cups there, so that's good. All right, we're going to set those there, and then I'm going to bring in my label, which came from, upside down, the Thoughtful Expressions dies. And this is in our mini catalog. But you can find those. Those are with the Hummingbird stamp set and all the dies that come with it. I love these dies. I hope they carry over. I haven't looked to see if they do yet or not. It's one of my favorites, and I haven't had time to play too much with it, so I hope it stays for a little bit. All right, so we're going to take our stamp again, the hello there, and we're going to put that onto our label here, and it does fit. It looks like it's too big, but it will fit. And just squeeze it in there. See, it doesn't look like it would, but it does. And yeah, well, I might as well stamp the inside sentiment. I used the die, the larger die from that same die set. And I'm going to use, I think I'll do the Hope Your Day is a Happy one on this one. And well, first off, I'm going to do my splats one there. So back up the bus here. Let me get my on high ink pad. Did I put that away? No, what do I do with it? Oh, it's right here. Right beside me. I'm going to use the pecan pie. I'm going to make some coffee splats all over our. Now let's see how dark that is. No, stamping it on there doesn't give me a very good image. Should I do that twice? I think I'm going to stamp off on this. Okay, yeah, I like that better. Stamp off. And I'm moving my stamp around. I'm not keeping it the same direction for all of it. I want a little variation. And maybe a couple extra ones in the center. All right. So that was the pecan pie. And don't forget that our in colors for the 2023 to 2024 are going to be retiring too. So you want to make sure you've got all your ink refills and your markers and blends and whatever you may want in those same colors before they run out. So those go really fast. And we're going to stamp a sentiment in the center like that. And let me see, I had the colors wrote down. What were they? Yeah, it's a 2022 to 2024. Retiring colors are the Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, and Orchid Oasis. So you want to make sure that you stock up on those colors, re-inkers and everything before they're gone. Okay, now we've got all of our stamping done. We can go ahead and glue this on the inside of our card. And then we can, oops, get our glue running here again. And that's going to go on the inside of our card. So position it there and get it straight. Okay, so that's the inside. And let's finish working on the outside. And these I put up on dimensionals. Let's bring our dimensionals back over here. Take your pick tool. Where did it go? It's hiding right here. And I'm going to place dimensionals on that. I've got some small ones here I'm going to use. Don't forget you can use the outer edges of your dimensionals. Don't throw them away. They're still good. I hear a lawnmower. Oh, that's the neighbor. In fact, Jack's over there helping her, so he's a good guy. Gives him something to do. All right, we're going to place that down in our lower right-hand corner of the front of our card. And then we're going to place a dimensional behind our coffee cups also. And I'll go ahead and take those backings off. And then I'm going to place those right above. Now, I should have moved my dimensional up a little bit. Can I move this one? Yeah. If you don't wait too long, you can sometimes. So I lucked out there. And this one's going to go right next to that, kind of. All right, and then we're going to bring our ribbon. We're going to use the pecan pie bordered ribbon. And I'm just going to tie that around this flap over here. And get me enough here to be able to tie a knot. I don't know why it is, but when you're on camera, your fingers turn to mush and you can't use them. Feel like you're all thumbs. All right, and okay, got it. And now we're gonna snip that off. And kind of slide it where you want it to be. I'm going to scooch it over just a little bit. And we're going to bring in our gems again, which are right here. I thought I lost them for a moment. And I'm going to add one of each color on this one. So I'm going to go with the dark. I need to put a little bit more putty out on this. I'm not getting any. Okay, this one flipped over on me. I'm going to maybe right there. Grab a lighter one. There, and then a real light one. I'm going to put him. That's a good question. I think I'll put him right here, right above my hello, just under the coffee cup. All right, so here's our first fun fold, our second card of the day. It says, hello there, let's catch up, and hope your day is a happy one. So this is what it looks like. Oops, put it in camera. All right, so that's our second card. Now we've got another fun fold, but we're going to have to do some die cutting, so this one might take a little bit longer. I could have done it ahead of time, but I wanted you to see how I did this, so that's one reason I waited. And we're going to be using our dies. Let me get all this out of the way. Save those for later. Make sure I've got the right one. Okay. Instructions were kind of confusing there for a moment. All right, I've got two early espresso, which is the card base up today. And this one measures 4 1/4 inches by 9 inches. And it's scored at 1 1/4 inch, 2 1/2 inch, and 5 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and burnish those edges. And I'm sure I'm folding these wrong. Let me see here. Where did my card go? I didn't show my card, did I? No. So here's the card that we're making. And it's a little fun fold. And then here's the back side. It's upside down. And so, not sure the camera is doing it justice or not. All right. Like I said, we're doing burnishing our folds there and trying to get my squares to go right. So, is it this way? Yeah, there we go. I'm going to stand like this. So let me burnish those edges. And we'll burnish this one. And again on this one. Okay, so there's our main card base. And that needs to lay down a bit better. Let me burnish that real good so it lays down like it's supposed to. All right, and then we've got another smaller early espresso, which is 3 inches by 8.5 inches, and that's only scored at 5.5 inches. So we've only got one score line on that one. So that's going to be the front of our card like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our designer series papers up here. And we'll start with the main card base. So I have this matte or designer series paper, which is 3 1/8 inches by 4 1/8 inches. And that's going to attach to the inside of our card, which not this one, but this one here. It's going to go there. I'll go ahead and put that in there. And my glue bottle might be getting towards the end, maybe. I hope I have enough to get me through today. All right, we're going to center that on that inside panel. Okay, that's fine, Sharon. Thanks for being here. Be sure you like and share the video also. Have a good rest of the day. And we got to talk soon, so let's get together. And then I have another piece that goes on our front flap. And that measures 1 1/4 inches by 4 1/8 inches. And that's our coffee beans. I probably need to grab a new bottle. Yeah. And we're going to place that on our front flap. All right, now that's all that we're gluing on there for now. So we're going to bring over our other portion. This is our 3 1/8 inch by, or a 3 by 8. Yeah, 3 by 8.5 inch piece. And we're going to add our designer series paper, which is 2 7/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. So I'm going to just glue that to the front. And in my original, I had the dark paper. I had this paper, but it seems like it made it too dark. So I'm going to do it the lighter. It's getting a call coming in. I hope it didn't mess up my video. All right, now we're going to put that onto our smaller card and add that, leaving a small edge going all the way around it. All right, and then we can go ahead and glue that to our card. So, well, now I'm going to add my ribbon first. And I'm debating, do I want to use this ribbon or do I want to use this ribbon? And I've also got a skinnier one, so maybe I'll go with the skinnier one. And I've already tied a little bow, so that can go there. Yeah, we're going to go with the skinny one. So I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to attach this to the top of our card. And I'll turn that over and just tape it on the back side. And I've got a lot of excess here, so let me cut that off first if I can get the tape off my finger. You don't need all this excess in here. And just Scotch tape over it to hold it. And let's snip off some of this. We don't need all that. And I want to make sure I'm even. Even Steven. All right. Turn that off a little bit. Okay. So now we can glue that to the front of our card. And I'm going to just put a little bit of glue at the bottom. Oh, come on, glue. A little more. There we go. And I'm going to set that down on top of our card front and just line it up to the bottom edge. And we'll just hold that there for a minute. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same over here, but I think I'm going to use some tear and tape to hold that. Bring out our tear and tape and find the end of it. And just put one little strip there, should hold it. And maybe a little bit more. And I'm going to take a pick tool. I don't know why my cord is hanging down here, but I don't want to mess things up. So it's showing on the camera. I guess it's okay. That one off, and pull that one off. And now we're just going to fold that back over onto itself, and that'll attach. All right, so there we have our card so far. Now we're going to decorate the front of it. And we'll set that aside for a moment. Well, wasn't supposed to be getting notifications coming in. Okay, like I showed you on that paper, this paper here, I fussy cut this one and this one. Those are the two cups that we're using. I'll get those over here. And instead of stamping my sentiment onto a label or anything, I'm going to stamp it directly onto our Calypso Coral cup here. And I'm going to use This one here is you're the best part of my day. And I'm going to bring in my ink pad. I think I'm going to use early espresso. Let me close that back up. Grab my early espresso ink pad. Stamp our sentiment in there. So we're not going to stamp on the Lost Lagoon one. We're going to stamp on the Calypso Coral one. We're just going to stamp that right in the center of our coffee cup. And we're going to put that away. There we go. You're the best part of my day. Leave that there. And I'm going to wait with those because we're going to work on our coffee things. So we're going to need this one. And this one, and the coffee pot. And this one. Oops. And we need the lid. All right, I think that's all we need off of there. I'm going to set those aside for now. And bring back over our cut and emboss machine. And I've got a window sheet here. We're going to cut out the coffee pots with those. But I need to cut this down to be able to fit through my machine. So let me do that. These are the window sheets that come with your stamp set. It's to cover up the stamps until you put them into the case. So I saved these because they come in handy to use with this instead of buying regular window sheets, which you can. They're in the catalog in our store. But why not use them if you've already got them? All right, I'm trying to set this so you'll be able to see. Maybe right there. So here's the window sheet. I know you can't really see it on camera. We're going to set that onto our plate. And can I cut up both at the same time? I think I can. One there and one there. So we're going to run those two through. You're going to hear some noise going on here, but that's normal. Sounds weird. Even the dog had to look. Jojo says, "What was that, Mama?" All right, and they're going to pop those out. I wonder if that did not cut. Did it not cut all the way through? No, it didn't. Can I match it back up? I guess I should have ran it through a couple of times because this is thicker than cardstock. So let me try a new one. Where did I put it? We'll just do this one again. And run it through twice instead of just once. The other one cut out okay. Where did I put that? Here it is. So you can barely see it. All right, so let's do this one a couple of times too. And back again. And that one worked. Okay. Okay, guys, over there. All right, I'm going to use our machine a little bit more, but I'm going to set these where I'm not going to lose them. I'm going to grab my basic black cardstock. I've got some scraps here I'm going to use. That one looks good. We're going to cut out the press. And the lid for the coffee. I think that's all I need to cut out. I already got the handle cut out, so I don't have to do that. Oops. Don't lose our dies, put that up on my teacup magnet to hold it. All right, so here's the coffee. And here's the press. And here's the lid to the coffee pot. And I need to run this one through because that's the other coffee pot coffee. And I've already done the handle. So here's the handle. It's kind of weird looking. It took me a while to figure out how to use it. I wanted to go like this, but it really goes like this. All right, let's run that through. And then I think I've got the die cutting done. Well, no. I've got some coffee beans here I was going to cut out too. Might as well do those. All righty. So let's get the die for the coffee beans. This is the die for the coffee beans. And we've got 2 of them in there, but we're only going to use one. All right, and get the die lined up with the coffee beans to cut them out. It's kind of small, so it's hard to hang on to here. Get lined up. And I think I better use some tape to hold that down. Do I have any here? I don't think I do. Need some washi tape. Here's some. Because I know it's going to move on me. I don't even have a joke today. I should have looked up something to go with coffee. All right, put that down on there to hold that in place, and we'll run that through. And then we'll be done with the die cutting, I believe. All right, set that there. Hold this up. Okay, there's our coffee bean. Now we're going to start putting this all together. Making sure I'm not missing anything here. So with my clear sheets, they don't show up really good. So I took my SU 100, which is the deep color, and I'm going to just run the brush tip along the edge. So it kind of makes the sheets show up more. Just give it an outline. And I learned this tip from some other demonstrator also. I don't remember what her name was. It was an aha moment. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because you can't see the window sheet that well. And got this one and do this one the same. My own camera. Just along the edge. And any color would really work as long as a darker color, just to give it a little bit of highlighting. And there we go. And this die back up there. Oh, I cut out the wrong coffee. Well, we've got to bring that back over here. Sorry about that. Should have been this die, not that other one. Do I have enough room on here? No. Let's grab another scrap here. Okay, that'll work. Bring that plates. Looks like our sunshine's trying to come out today. I think we're supposed to be 70 something today, so it was pretty cool this morning though, to start with. All right, now we're gonna run that through, and then I think I've got everything. All righty, back over there, out of the way. And here's our coffee for our coffee pot. All right, now we're situated. I've got ribbon crumbs all over. That die can go in there. That can go in the trash. All right, now we're going to start putting these together. Well, I can't pick it up. So here's the handle for our coffee pot. I'm going to just poke that out. I cut that ahead of time. It's one less thing to do. And you would think it goes like this, but it doesn't. It goes like this. So it kind of threw me off when I was trying to figure it out. I'm going to just bring in my mini glue dots here that I get with my Stampin' Up each month. Or my paper pumpkin, I mean, not Stampin' Up. Uh-oh, don't lose the handle. And I'm going to place just a couple of those onto the brim of my handle. I think 2 would probably be enough. I should have my silicone mat out here to hold this with. And we're just going to place that across the bottom edge and just put that handle right up against there. Squeeze that down there. And what did I do with my, oh, there it is. This is the lid to our coffee pot. And I'm going to do the same with that. Just use a couple of my glue dots here to hold that in place onto our coffee pot. And maybe another one in the center. Pop those off. I think I'll curl them down just a little bit. I don't want them hanging over the edge of the pot. Make them a little bit smaller. And now we're going to place that onto our coffee pot. And get the trash out of there. All right, so there's our coffee pot. And this is going to go behind it, but I'm going to wait until I attach it to our card, because if I put glue there, it's going to show, so I don't want to do that. And we're going to do the same with our French press. We're going to line that up. And it's going to go something like this. So I'm going to see where I need to put my glue dots at. Let's see, that's a handle. It's not that's gonna stick out. So we're gonna put one there, one over here, one there. Not on camera, no. And then one down here. So I put one here, 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 there. And I don't want anything up here because that's not going to have anything behind it. So let me pop all these backings off, and I might have to rearrange my glue dots a little bit to make them a little smaller. But we'll see what it looks like once I get them all off of here. Well, that one didn't want to come off. All right, so I've got to put this one over. And that one right there. Okay. Get rid of my trash. And I'm going to bring over my French press, and it's going to match up to this side and that side. So I'm putting the edge of this right up against the edge of this, so it looks like it's kind of a lip going around it. I don't know. That doesn't explain it really well. But can you see that? See this little lip? I've got that butted up right against the edge of our window sheet. And I didn't glue the handle part because you don't want the handle glued down. So that kind of hangs over a little bit. All right. And I didn't put anything on the top. Let's put one on top. Can I get that off and roll it? Yeah. We're going to put a small one underneath here. Yeah. There. Now that holds the top down. Okay, so we've got both of our pots done. This is going to be our coffee for inside of here. So we can put that on the inside already. And I'm going to use the glue dots again. Those seem to work better. I don't want to use glue because I don't want to make a mess of my paper. So I'm going to put one there and one here. And then I'm thinking this should match up to that. Well, I'm going to put the coffee down farther here at the bottom. All right, so here we've got it. But this one we're going to wait until we put it on the card. So let's bring our card base back over here, and we're going to start positioning where we want our things at. And I think I'm just going to stick with the glue dots, mini glue dots on all of this to attach everything. I think that was my friend Sharon. Goodbye. Well, we've got everybody honking at us. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're honking at Jack out there. All right, get that out of the way. And yeah, I didn't want to let go. All right, now we're going to place this onto our front of our card, but I'm going to hang this off just a little bit, the coffee press. I don't think I had any glue back there. No, it's good. All's fine. All right, and do the same with our coffee pot. And I'm just going to put them where they won't show, which is on the handle and the lid and the part of the handle that goes across here. We can put one there. I should have done a dry test here first. We're going to place our coffee there, and I want to see, I might put that up a little bit where I want to place that. I think right there. Take my glue one-handed here. I'm holding my spot there so I get it back in the same place. Come on, glue, cooperate. Bring that back over and place it just off of the side a little bit. And I think I better bring it down a little bit. And now we're going to place our coffee pot right over that. All right. Do I have a glue dot sticking out there? No, I thought I did. We're fine. Okay, so there's our French press and our coffee pot. Now we want to add our coffee cups. And I'm going to place those down at the bottom here. And I'm thinking I might change these around a little bit because I've got more space on this side. So we're going to put those up on dimensionals, which have disappeared here. Where did they go? Oh, goodness. They were here a minute ago. I'm not seeing them. Oh, right there. So let me get all my trash out of here. All right, so we're going to put dimensionals on the back of our coffee cups. So we'll put a couple on each one. And do on this one. I'm going to put that one there and this one over here. So let's go and take those backings off. And kind of wanted the feet of that showing. Let me scooch it right there maybe. And this one, I'm going to scoot over a little bit because I want to put it over the handle of that other one. And something like that. Now if I got room for my coffee beans down there, do I? I might wait with those for a second. Let's get our bow up here. Where did it go? Here it is. Here's our bow to go at the top. And I'm just going to use a mini glue dot to hold that, a regular one. Oops, taking off too much here. I'm going to roll that in a ball to attach that. And I think right about there is a good place for it. And oh, and I didn't, on the ribbon, I didn't tell you what I did. You can cut these apart. So I went like 2 strands over and then I split it down the center. And that's what I used for my ribbon. I divided it in half kind of. So it makes it easier to tie a bow when it's thinner. So just snip it on down. All right. And that way it'll go farther too. You can have twice as much. All right, I want those hanging down that much. I don't think I do. I'm going to snip them up here closer. Okay, so you're the best part of my day. And then on the back side, I'm going to put a white layer to write our sentiment and everything on. So I'm debating on those coffee beans if I want to put them there or should I put them up here? I'm not sure where I want to put them. I think they're okay right there. Let's go ahead and put some glue on those. I cut them out. I might as well use them. Oh, come on, glue. Don't fail me yet. We got just a tiny bit more to do. There we go. And all right. And on the back side, did I not cut that? I didn't. It might be something different. Let me see here. Will this work? Yeah. Let's use this for the back side. It's an extra label that I had die cut. And we're going to stamp our sentiment on there. Let me grab our stamp. And I'm going to do the same thing with our splatters on the back. And I'm going to grab my fly again. And again, we're going to stamp off and just put some coffee splatters here and there. Okay, that's good. And then our sentiment, I'm going to put "so thankful for you." And, well, I don't have that stamp set up. What's it in here? Yeah. I didn't put that on the block yet. But it'll just take a moment. And I'm going to use our early espresso ink. And we're going to stamp that right in the center. And if you don't want to write too much in your cards, that just gives you a little space to write. So I like that sometimes because I never know what to say a lot of times. All right. Grab our glue again, and we're going to attach that to the back of our card. So my glue bottle made it through the day. I'm glad of that. And I'm just going to put that right up against our card base right there. You can see. So thankful for you on the back side. And then on the front, you're the best part of my day. And if you have some Wink Stella, which I know it's kind of hard to find right now, but if you do, you could take your Wink Stella and color in our coffee and give it a little bit of a glistening. I didn't do it on our other cards. I needed to do that. So it just gives it a little bit of sparkle, a little bling. And I didn't put any other embellishments on there besides the ribbon. So here's our card. You're the best part of my day. I'm kind of blurry there. And it stands up like this. Okay, and then on the back side, so thankful for you. All right, so let me clean up this mess a little bit, and we'll bring our cards out here and close for the day. And get rid of the extra stuff here out of our way. This is the one. This is the one. Okay, so here's our first one. Our second. And I'm just trying to see how I can put these all in the window. And maybe like this. Yeah, maybe like this. Okay, I'm thinking they all fit in the window. Okay. So that's our 3 cards for today. 2 fun folds, these 2, and then just a regular. But I want to thank you for being here today with me. And my next Facebook Live will be um, next Wednesday. Okay, I'm looking at my calendar. I put JoJo's Spay in the wrong thing. I wonder if I got the right date. Okay, we'll check with the vet. But anyway, today is March 20th, and next week will be March 27th, and that's Wednesday. And I'll be back again at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. I don't know what I'm making yet, but it'll be something. I like to stick with the same bundle or the same suite with all three cards. It's less confusing. So I hope that works for everybody. So until next week, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I'll see you next week. Bye.